Are you sitting at home this morning with a bump that you've been ignoring, maybe a lump? Well, we don't want to scare you, but it may be more than just something minor. So we're joined this morning by plastic surgeon Dr. Michael Kim in our studio to talk about things that we should be looking out for, what we need to know. Some of those pictures are so alarming, Dr. Kim, my gosh.
Yeah, I enjoy, a lot of the plastic surgeons continue to do tumor work, like small soft tissue tumors, cysts, etc., which I still enjoy doing a couple times a month. So I see a lot of these patients coming with lumps, and unfortunately, I would say in the last month or two, I've seen several really bad things that showed up unexpectedly. So
Really?
I thought it would be a good topic to talk about, because this is something that can be very serious, but very common.
How do you know if it is something serious and something that we need to contact our doctor about, or if it's something that just, pops up?
Well, one of the things I see occasionally is someone with a history of cancer, breast cancer, kidney cancer, lung cancer, and they're doing well for 10, 20 years.
Right.
And then they develop a lump. And that lump usually is benign, but occasionally it could present as a spread or metastasis of that tumor under the skin or in the hand or wherever, in the skull, the head. So any history of cancer is a warning sign. The other thing is rapidity of growth. So we have patients come in that have a tumor for 20 years. It's most likely benign. But if you have something that's growing relatively rapidly over the several months, it's something to be concerned about. Something that's more fixed. So lipomas are very common. It's little fatty tumors.
Okay.
Millions of people have it. Very benign. So don't worry if you have a lipoma. But if it feels fixed, not mobile.
So if it's thicker or harder?
Kind of like doesn't move when you grab it.
Yeah.
Growing fast over several months. Those are the times you have to kind of worry about it. And you don't want anyone just digging around, because if it's a sarcoma or something like that, if you have someone to go in there and try to cut it out, you may spread tumor cells.
Oh my gosh.
So it's more important to get an MRI preoperatively and then perhaps refer to a specialist who deals with those type of tumors.
Are there any areas of the body that present as more concerning to you if somebody has a tumor that does pop up?
Anytime I feel something that doesn't move in the history, someone may be younger or a history of cancer, like they had breast cancer a couple years ago, or melanoma, and then they develop this lump rapidly, warning signs pop up, and I start worrying about the patient. So those are the main concerns I have. For the most part, though, I would say, more than 99% of the time patients come with a tumor, it feels benign to me, they'll be fine. But because I see a lot of these, I'm pretty aware. But if you're at home and you have something growing, sometimes it's better to have your family doctor, dermatologist, or so on to take a look at it before you decide it's okay.
Is the dermatologist the first person to go to, or would you say your normal
I think the
family
primary doctor should be fine.
Okay.
And if they're concerned, usually I'm the last person to see them. Usually it's the family doctor, then dermatologist. They get some kind of test, and they show it to my office. So I'm usually the last person to see these patients with a tumor.
You sent in some pictures. We couldn't show them because they were pretty graphic, but it almost looked like maybe it was a tip of an iceberg, and then underneath there was so much more under the skin. Is that common?
Yeah, sometimes, particularly like in the head and neck. One of the things we see is if you have a throat cancer, which is more common these days,
Right.
you can develop a lump in your neck from spread to your lymph nodes. Parotid tumors in your face, a little lump on the side of your face, can be going deep into your parotid gland and much more difficult to remove. Those type of tumors I see not uncommonly too every year. So that's something to look out for.
Dr. Kim, how can we get in touch with you?
Sure, my website, michaelkimmd.com.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Dr. Kim. We always love when you come in. We appreciate the insight, and we'll put a link to Dr. Kim's website on ours as well in our Gulf Coast News app. And there's that information right there on the screen.